intensity component to that. Yeah. Let's talk about the X and O component.
I think the X and O is just go back to what we do best. Like let's try to try our pick and roll game a little bit. And when they dive down on the post, be ready when you dribble. They're coming down, so find the open man. So make the extra pass when they dive down on the post. So that's really all the X and O thing was. Like,
oh, you didn't change defenses at all?
Well, no, I changed defensively, but offensively we were struggling too. Defensively, we just extended the floor.
See you guys.
Okay, we extended the floor a little bit. We looked for opportunities to put a little more pressure on them out front. I didn't start that game right away doing that because I didn't want to wear our guys out in the first half. I didn't also want to get foul trouble. So we knew we had a hit pocket at some point. We needed to do that. Yeah. And a couple times this year we had to do that. So we were ready to do it. We had to go a little smaller. Instead of going two bigs, we went some smaller guys, Ethan Strayer and Joey Farley, just to give us a little more quickness. Plus we were nursing Taylor McDuffie's foul trouble. So we couldn't really have him in that type of game for an extended period of time.
Have you done much of that, small? And
you know what we do? We've done small at times during games this year, yes, and we've done small in practice. And we have, I have a little card and I have stuff that we call with the small lineup in there. So that we're prepared to go small. And obviously we like to go big, but sometimes you got to go with. 32 was giving us trouble off the dribble, and he was able to make a shot. So we didn't really have a great matchup for him, and we put Sheets on him in the second half.
Right.
And we thought Sheets could, guard his three ball, and when he dribbled, we thought he would be experienced enough just to stay in front of him.
Now, the other part of it is look like effort and intensity.
Well, I think when your back's against the wall, you got to scratch a little harder, and we just talked about at halftime. We just talked about what we got to do to. We can still win the game, just believe we got to do it. And really, people say what I said to them, I didn't really say much. What they said to each other before the coaches came in is what spurred the effort.
So you don't know what that was?
I just have a feeling I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. But what they said to each other, I'm sure helped spur that on. Because if it wasn't a positive, it wouldn't have been that way.
Are you at all worried, or did the second half make you feel better about your ability to play, quick, intense, a little more ragged?
I think the playoffs are that way. I think the playoff games are that way. I think where you don't think you can't execute everything perfectly because the defense's intensity is harder. So, I think that we've adjusted to that down the stretch in the regular season with Penn Manor game and even the McCaskey game was a high intensity game, and we got those all this week. We got it from every team we played this week, just high intensity, those kind of things. So that's playoff basketball. It's just a different level of intensity.
You were up against two teams that really this was all they had to play for anymore.
Well, we talked about that. We thought Cocalico losing last night actually was bad for us because this was all they had to play for now, and it was all or nothing. And not that they wanted to play hard before, but it really sent that message.
I thought they guarded you well in the first half.
I thought they guarded us real well, and I think what they did was, I know his strategy on defense, and it's a very sound, fundamentally strategy. He wasn't going to come out and press us. He was going to just, take what his guys can do best and do it.
Is that what you think contributed? You had a pretty poor shooting first half, and really, I think you struggled from the floor most of the night.
Yeah, it's like I think some of the shots we took were good shots. A couple might have been a little bit forced, but that's going to be. Sometimes bad shooting goes in with high effort games because the intensity is so high. Your legs aren't quite there, and they're not giving us a lot of open shots. So. I give them a lot of credit for that.